She signed the divorce papers with shaking hands under the glow of Christmas lights, tears falling onto the ink as laughter echoed around her. The room smelled of pine, champagne, and expensive perfume, but none of it could drown the quiet sound of her heart breaking. No one noticed her pain. No one cared. To them, she was just the wife being discarded at a holiday party, a woman too weak to hold on to what she had lost. No one knew that behind her silence lived a secret powerful enough to change every life in that room forever. If you believe in kindness, second chances, and unseen strength, take a moment to like this video, share it with someone who needs hope, comment your thoughts, and subscribe to the channel. Your support keeps stories like this alive. She had arrived at the party early, wearing a simple dress she had owned for years, careful not to draw attention. The grand hall sparkled with decorations, crystal chandeliers reflecting wealth she had once thought she married into. Yet she felt smaller than ever, as if every ornament was watching her fall apart. The marriage had been collapsing quietly for months, humiliation disguised as jokes, loneliness masked by public smiles. Tonight was the end. The papers were handed to her with polite indifference, as though her life together was a minor inconvenience before dessert. She signed because she was tired. Tired of begging to be seen, tired of explaining her worth, tired of crying alone in rooms filled with people. Tears slid down her face not because she feared the future, but because she mourned the woman she had been before she learned how cruel love could become. Around her, guests toasted success, unaware that the woman they pitied was enduring the most defining moment of her life. What no one knew was that she had grown up surrounded by wealth far greater than anything this room had ever seen. She had chosen a quieter life, stepping away from her family's empire to learn who she was without money deciding everything. She believed love should be chosen freely, not influenced by power. So she hid her name, her past, her inheritance. She lived modestly, hoping humility would protect her heart. Instead, it made her invisible. As the night went on, whispers followed her. Some saw her tears and felt satisfied. Others judged her silence as weakness. No one noticed how calmly she folded the papers, how carefully she wiped her face, how straight her posture became. Pain had carved strength into her, and with every breath, she was letting go of the life that no longer fit her. Outside, snow began to fall, soft and forgiving. She stepped away from the music, the laughter fading behind her. In the cold air, she allowed herself one final moment of grief. Then something shifted. The silence felt different. It felt like freedom. For the first time in years, she was no longer trying to be enough for someone who refused to see her. In the days that followed, her absence was barely noticed. People moved on quickly when gossip loses its flavor. But behind closed doors, she was rebuilding. She returned to the world she had once left behind, not as a frightened girl, but as a woman who had survived heartbreak with dignity. The family she had distanced herself from welcomed her without questions, without judgment. They had always known who she was, even when she forgot. Her story began to change quietly. Businesses shifted hands. Investments were redirected. Opportunities opened and closed like doors moved by an unseen wind. The same people who had watched her cry would soon feel the consequences of underestimating her. Not through revenge, but through realization. Power, when carried with grace, does not announce itself. Months later, the memory of that Christmas party returned like a distant echo. The hall stood the same, decorated again, but the energy had changed. This time, her name was spoken with respect. Invitations arrived that once never would have. Faces that once looked down now looked up. She did not arrive seeking validation. She came whole, complete, untouched by their opinions. She had learned that strength does not always roar. Sometimes it signs divorce papers in tears and walks away without explaining anything. Sometimes it waits patiently until the world is ready to understand. Before the story ends, share your thoughts in the comments. Write one word that describes how this story made you feel. Your words matter more than you think. In the end, she did not win because she was a billionaire. She won because she chose herself when it hurt the most. Her tears were not weakness, but the final release before rebirth. And as the snow fell once more, she smiled quietly, knowing that the greatest victories are the ones no one sees coming. If this story touched your heart, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Your engagement helps spread stories of resilience, kindness, and silent strength to those who need them most.